Hello, good morning, people of God. This is Clayton. And this is a day that the Lord has made, and I'll be glad in it. We shall all be glad in it, and we shall be blessed by the illumination of the Holy Spirit in our minds, in Jesus' name. Quick one, because I'm very upset about certain things that I'm seeing right now, and I just want to lash out. I always express what I see, and I just say it. Quick one. They say before you point out the faults in other people's houses, you point out the faults in your house. So I'm going to start first with my state, Akwa Ibom State. You know what? I'm sick and tired of backward, illiterate, efulefu, mumu people coming up to brag about salaries and pensions. No administrator, and I'm not interested in any administrator who tries to brag that part of his achievement was paying people salaries and pensions. Because that one is a given. You must pay people for services rendered. That you brag that you pay people for services rendered is demonic. That you brag that you pay people their pensions is demonic, because you should pay. It's not something that is counted in any place in the world. It's not counted as an achievement. It can be accounted in a Akwa Ibom, knowing how backward the rulers take the people backward and make the people kneel down and praise them in the backwardness. But as far as I'm concerned, I will not be there. You can hate me all you want. Take my name to shrine. Do all the things you guys have done. I am saying it that is backward. Do you go around bragging that you pay the doctor so and so for his treatment of your illness? Do you go around bragging that you pay the mechanic so and so for his treatment of, your car, or repairing your car, or repairing your mechanical stuff like your generator? Do you go around bragging that, I paid so and so to a bricklayer to make this wall? Do you brag about it? So why do you want to brag about paying civil servants their salaries for services rendered? If people have rendered you services over the years, you go around bragging about pensions that you paid people, then you go to church and lift up your hand, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. No, you're demonic as far as I'm concerned. Don't brag about salaries and pensions. Keep it out of your bragging record so that we can read. It's not worth bragging. In this 22nd century, in 2018, people are still bragging, I paid salaries, I paid pension. We must move forward. The bush people, and you can only brag like that where everybody is bush. In a place where people are thinking, people will be like, for years we've been bragging about this. When does it become mainstream? It should be mainstream that people are paid their salaries, people are paid their pension. It's not a bragging thing. It can never be a bragging thing. It's backward. And I keep it at that. Second thing, all these states that are crying, President didn't come to my states. He didn't come to my states because they've killed people. Don't you know what that's? What are you still whining about at this stage? What are you still whining about? If the system fails you, you must lash out though, and there are many ways to lash out. This thing must create a cascade of events, and the cascade of events is dependent upon the people. But again, hopefully you're not held down like bush people by like what I see. You don't have that bush thing in you. Hopefully you guys are more advanced. Number one, no senator who sat in the Senate quiet about this issue should go back to the Senate again in the next elections. Honestly, he can't go back. The fact that he had to keep quiet and sit there because he's afraid that EFCC... Look, being a senator is serious business, so I don't care about EFCC. I don't care about anything. If you stole so much that you can't talk in the Senate, you shouldn't have to go back. You can't go back because we need people there. It's sad that the people are saying one thing and the senators they send there to represent them are saying another. You see a senator getting up the pass bill to see if he can open another polytechnic. Bullshit. There are too many schools in Nigeria already. There's enough schools in Nigeria. Hey, death penalty for hate speech. Bullshit. I call BS. Bullshit on that. Like this situation where Fulani herdsmen have been going around killing people and wiping people out. Okay? Any senator from those states that has gone and sat down there quietly drinking tea in that air-conditioned chambers or whatever should not go back again. He cannot go back again. If the people cannot see a single video file of him talking about the issue, I mean, we're all on social media, and you cannot see a single video file of the guy talking about the issue, he should not go back to the Senate again. He has no business going back to the Senate again. This even extends to even the South, like those who are talking about the agitation for Biafra. You look at your senators, they cannot say any word, they're just sitting there quietly. Look, I don't care what their reasons are. Being a senator is serious business. It's deadly to be a senator, if need be, if we have to say so in Nigeria. It's deadly. And you know what? There are people executing their jobs. People like that woman, the Minister of Finance. There are people who, in the face of withering stupidity and withering bushness, they're telling the truth. So don't tell me it's too difficult to tell the truth. It's too hard. No, it's not too hard. If people are sitting there in the Senate, they cannot speak. Don't let them get back to the Senate again in the next elections. Is now this one is not them. They are doing themselves. They are acting the way they are. It's now the people's fault if the people still return them back to the Senate after all this nonsense. The other part of it is, what are the cabinets of Buhari doing? Example, the Minister of Agriculture. I call you a fulefu, mumu. Because the Minister of Agriculture is the one that should solve this problem of the Fulani herdsmen. It is an agricultural issue. And so how do you solve this problem? You connect with the banks immediately. The banks award these Fulani herdsmen loans. Let them go and buy land and keep their cows in it. End of story. It should not be a long political thing where people talk. It should be something where they're called to order and told, report at the bank for your loan to buy land. And if we hear one more homicide, you're all going to go down for it. That's all. It's the end of the story. Then for the states that have had people die or had people killed or whatever happened, excuse my English because I'm so upset, you have to get smart. Get smart. Let me point out something that is very, very interesting. Do you know that you guys will, hello brother, hello darling, send me iPhone. iPhone is $900, the recent iPhone. A gun is $100. Defend yourselves, arm yourselves if the government will not step in and protect you. If the president will not act like he has heard anything about it, then defend yourselves now, arm yourselves now. What kind of nonsense is this? You're just whining. He won't protect us. He won't come and protect us. Oh my God. President should come and visit us. He's not going to come. You guys cannot evolve beyond that. You whine. The president, if he comes in call, will the dead come out of their graves? Will they come out of their graves? Arm yourselves. Hello. Yes, darling. Send me the recent Apple computer. The recent Apple computer is $3,000. A gun is $50. You can get a gun for $50, $100. It's not all the time you keep on asking for things, which the thing that makes me laugh about Nigeria is you keep on asking for things in which 70% of the functionality of those things cease when they enter into Nigeria. In fact, 80% of the functionality cease because some of those things you guys ask for, people run their companies from those things. People run their companies from cell phones. People run databases. People run stored procs. People run all kinds of things from those technologies you ask for. Your own is just to hold it so that people can see that you have it. Yeah. So if you are asking for an Apple computer, which is $3,000 plus, what is so bad with you asking for something to arm yourselves with, a gun or something? If the federal government and the police force of Nigeria, like I heard the IG said, if they don't find them land, if they don't let them have colonies across Nigeria, then they will not catch anybody who committed homicide. Don't you know what that means? You guys are open for any attack at any time because they've not given your protection is based on a Fulani man's cow. If that is the case, protect yourselves now. We are going back to the time before there was even the British invasion of the region of Nigeria, where every man had his machete, every man had his gun, every man protected himself. Protect yourself. Why is it a whining thing? The president didn't come here and president didn't come there. Who cares? Who really gives a fuck? Excuse my language. If president won't come, you guys arm yourselves. Get yourselves organized. Arm yourselves. A gun is $50. A gun is $100. A gun is $100. Hello, send me the recent Gucci. Gucci is $400, $500, $600, $700, $1,000, $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, depending on the level of Gucci you wear. A gun is $50. You can get a gun for $100. Nigerians are so funny. Evolve. Arm yourselves. Get yourselves, you're back. Look, Nigeria is disintegrating in such a way that you guys are back in the time when every man protected his own household. You guys should protect yourselves now. What's this whining about a president who does? He cares less. And the IG of police cares less. And you guys need to get up and know yourselves. And every senator from your state who went and sat there quietly in the Senate because he doesn't want to annoy the Northerners after people have died, after blood. The final stage is when blood has been spilled on the floor. When blood is spilled, it's no joke. Nigeria should be made. America here is a mess because of blood being spilled and people are arguing. But I want my hometown to be better than this Oyibo. I want us to prove that we can be better than this nonsense Trump Oyibo people. We can make a situation in an atmosphere where if someone dies, it's a serious issue. It has to be a serious issue. People just don't die like chickens, like they have no value. And if that is the case, then what do? What we do is Any senator who went and sat down there, he just sat down there drinking tea, chewing cake and sitting down there. He cannot talk because he's scared EFCC will come for his money. He should not go back again. After all, being a senator is not easy. It's serious business. It's serious business. He shouldn't go back again. There's no need for him to go back again. And any person or governor so that cannot open his mouth and speak should not become governor again in the next election cycle. Yes, oh yes, he will give excuse. Oh, the EFCC and nothing else. In fact, if any headsman can come to my bedroom, okay, that's okay. We have no problem with your excuse, but it means you can't be a governor anymore. We need people who can take the risk. Yes, there's inherent risk in every job. We need people who can take the risk. And I'm saying this for the whole, in fact, the Senate, this next election for Nigeria will be crucial. The Igbo side that is talking about Biafra, you should send your governors, your Senate. In fact, your own case is even the most difficult. You guys should flush them all out if they will not listen to what you have to say. Nigeria needs to take its shape, its true shape. If the Igbos will not be listened to and their representatives are going there to sit down there and say something else, they're not even talking. They don't even open their mouth. They're playing safe up in there. They should not be able to come back and manipulate the people. Nobody should be able to manipulate the people. And anything, and in fact, if I had my way, anything from the Jonathan Goodluck era, all officers should not be allowed to go back, whether House of Representatives, whether Senate. That clique, the Jonathan Goodluck clique that stayed for 8 years, should not be allowed back into the. They've eaten enough money. They've done enough havoc. Let them go. Bring in a fresh set of people that can talk, that can represent you guys, that can tell, that can take risk. Yes, and they are ready to take risks even on to death. Because if all Igbo senators speak with one mouth, are they going to kill all of them? If all the South speak with one mouth, are they going to kill everybody? Are they going to kidnap all of them? Is EFCC going to pursue everybody? It's not that simple, oh. It's not that simple. When people are united, it's not simple. When people are disfragmented, and this one, the defragmentation, excuse me my language, the defragmentation or whatever it is because of greed. People stole money and they have to protect their money. Why should I hold down my mandate? I am suffering on the streets. My senator can't talk in the Senate, or the House of Representative person cannot open his mouth and say anything because of fear of his money. No, let him go to hell. He should go to hell because I'm suffering, and time is of the essence. Nigerians need to know that time is of the essence. There's no time. In fact, Nigerians should have figured out by now that you can't wait for government. You figure your life out yourself. Fulani herdsmen appear in my front door with AK-47. I saw AK-47 come out from under my bed. Oh, that's America. We come out our guns, so that's why we have freedom of gun here. We come out gun. We could talk. You feel kill me, but I'll take a few of you with me to the other side. It's not, you can't just be coming and wiping people out all over the place. And some of these places that are wiping people out are traditionally very strong places. These were places that to go in there and kill people was unheard of. Now those places are weak. They're waiting for president. It's a lie. It should end. And Nigerians need to get smart. And like I said about Akwa Ibom State, you keep on coming up to brag because you know you have a leader that has done nothing. You come here to start bragging about pensions and salaries. Don't let me hear that nonsense again, oh. Don't let me hear that nonsense again. Because you guys are full of, if it's anything, you guys like backward. If it's, you guys worship backward. You guys are always, mumu, you guys make mumu look fashionable. You make mumu fashionable. And for me, as far as I'm concerned, I want, you guys can do it there. But when it's time to tell the truth, we'll tell the truth. Don't come and brag nonsense in front of me. That's the end of my gist. I'm really upset about some things. Nigerians need to evolve. Evolve. Over here, the black people are boasting and boasting. They are boasting that the black demographics is the most educated in the world, courtesy of Nigerians. But then, if you fly back to the country, the source of these high educational statistics, look at what it's like. I beg, make it end. God bless all of you now, and God bless us all. We must evolve independently if we cannot do it collectively. Praise God. Thank you.